Oh, this past week, man, fucking John and Tom Aspinall have gone back and forth. Tom Aspinall is pretty much on his hands and knees. Oh, by the way, I just want to put this out there now. I'm about to be so biased, so be pretty. Oh my goodness, Jay, I don't really. Why are you so biased for Jon Jones? Listen, I'm about to be biased. From this point on, you're about to hear a lot of bias. I think Tom Aspinall has been a little bit more sort of begging for Jon Jones to come and fight him. Jon Jones is the GOAT. He put up a tweet, which I did kind of agree with. He was like, he said he just wanted to fight John. It's not about legacy or anything like that. I kind of agree with that. Tom Aspinall doesn't do anything for John's legacy, which is probably why he's not gonna fight him. So I think, me personally, I don't see like what the whole hoopla is about. Fucking, I keep seeing people talk about the division is gonna get held up like DC and Stipe didn't hold up the division for 4 years straight, but that's neither here nor there. I don't. They yes they did. Those three fights that they had held up the damn division. That had 100%
Champion number one contender.
and it held up the division for.
Champion number one
And
contender.
tell me how many times they fought in between their fights. They each fought. They didn't have no fights in between. They set out for year after year, once a year.
Champion number one contender. John Jones wants to fight somebody
He
that has
he
not
fought.
fought in
Did he
3 years.
did he not fight
The
the
last time he fought, he got put to sleep.
did he not fight the number one
Yeah, I
contender?
mean,
Did he not fight the number one
I
contender already?
honestly,
All right.
I can see both y'all's perspectives, so I feel like y'all are so far on the end of the spectrum. I agree with bits on both sides. While I do feel like both guys are making a ton of sense. First of all, John, perfect, making a good point. He's like, y'all do this every time. You said I was ducking Pavlo. Now you're saying I'm ducking Tom. After Tom, there'll be another guy, maybe Jailton. Who knows? It's not like if he beats Tom, they're not going to say, "Oh, he ducked Jailton. Oh, he ducked this guy." There'll be always be a guy, and that's why these fighters can never retire when they want to, because they start listening to the fans. Shout out to Khabib. He said, "Yeah, I don't care about any of that." But I gotta say, like, at this point of their career, I love Stipe. Resume wise, he's the greatest heavyweight of all time. But I'm sorry, only casuals are looking at that win like it means anything. Stipe is too old. He's not it anymore. And the real ones know that a win over Tom would low key be better on that resume. It'd be a whole nother age that you defeated than beating up old man Stipe. Again, I'm the biggest Stipe guy. I love that Stipe is getting the respect he deserves because I think he's the greatest heavyweight of all time. But like Price said, the last time we saw him in there was what, 3 years ago, and he got starched out cold. I get it was Francis Ngannou, but there's a new age, and clearly the number one guy active right now is Tom. John is injured. Okay, yeah. So number two, if you're counting John, is active. But I get both sides. John's only fought one time in 3 years. Stipe has fought one time in 3 years, and he got knocked out cold. Tom's over here like, I've been active. I'm doing everything I can. You can't knock Tom for trying to get he's doing the right thing. He's going after the clear big fights. Like, he's saying, okay, I'll fight Stipe then. Obviously, I get it. The fight doesn't make a lot of sense for Stipe, and I get why John and Stipe want to fight each other. I can't blame any of the three people involved because they're all, even include the UFC. I don't blame Tom. He's doing the right thing. I don't blame John. He's doing the right thing. I can't blame Stipe. He's in his head. He's like, shit, if I can get this John fight and right off to the sunset, win or lose, why would I not do that? Why fight the young killer nobody knows? And the UFC, they're going after the money fight. So everybody's doing the right thing. It's just from the fans' perspective, it's a little frustrating to see. I'd love to see John and Tom. I will never bet against John. So, gun to my head, who am I picking? I'm picking John. But if there's one guy, I would love to see it. We still haven't even seen John get hit in the face. We haven't even seen him take a punch at heavyweight. I'd love to see him get in there with Tom because we do know he's going to eat a punch at least. Tom's going to show up. He ain't going to choke and leave his gloves at home like Cyril Gahn.
I'll
I
say
don't know how
this.
y'all
I'll
feel
say
about
that.
that.
I'll say this. Right? Do I want to see Tom and John? Yes, I like. Come on, I'm a fucking MMA fan. Yes, I want to see the fight because I want to see John prove people wrong time and time. Yeah, yeah. Like, come on, I want to see the fight, but before John fought Cyril, he said, "I'm going to beat Cyril, then I'm going to go after Steve." That's why I don't have that much of a problem with it now because I've been hearing it since the beginning of last year, so it's not kind of like a culture shock for me. Like, oh my goodness, like he's about to fight this old ass dude. I am kind of like that. Like, fuck, he's about to fight this old ass dude, but it's not as big as like a deal as like I would think it probably would be. And for my UK fans, because I see a lot of y'all back at time as what was this energy when Michael Bisping defended his title versus 40-year-old Dan Henderson instead of fighting Rob Whittaker? Okay, that's what I want to say. Because I didn't see none of that energy when Michael Bisping wasn't out here fighting contenders. All of a sudden, y'all want back time. You know, I'm just saying, you UK fans are kind of hypocrites. Just saying. But again, like Cody said, I don't have a problem with Tom Aspinall coming after John. I don't have a problem with that. Fucking hungry, fuck young gun, bro. But listen, that old man gonna have to teach that young gun some new tricks. You know what I'm saying? Pause. But he gonna have to. You know what I'm saying? Listen, John, he's gonna beat the shit out of Tom. You gotta think like he just takes the ultimate weakness. Like he just takes your weakness and just puts it on a fucking that's what elite fighters do, bro. That's just like the elite of the elite, bro. That's like, man. I don't go ahead, man.
You better show up with a singlet. Yeah. You better show up with a singlet.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you right now, he ain't standing on the feet with Tom for longer than a couple minutes. the power difference, I will tell you right now, if he stands there and tries to, he ain't gonna box obviously, but if he sits there and tries to kickbox against Tom, he might get.
I honestly think I'm not gonna lie. I do think the footwork difference is gonna be kind of a problem. But I was saying that with I was saying that with Cyril. I think Cyril has the best footwork at heavy, and fucking John walked him down. So it's kind of like, to each his own. But
I mean, Cyril didn't show up to fight.
Yeah, he did.
He literally just choked.
He didn't. So
completely choked.
I honestly, I'm not gonna lie, but like just.
And I never say that.
Yeah, but like just fucking John's strength, bro. Like every single person who has fought John has said he is way stronger than he fucking. I think he's gonna overwhelm. Like Tom he's gonna have like a good first 3 minutes. He gonna be in there fainting and moving around. The minute John gets a hold, I'm telling you, once John sees any, like, it's just crazy because Volk does, the only other fighter I've seen do this is Volk. The minute they see any ounce of, like, I fucking got you, it's over, bro. It's like, it's fucking over. Like, it's, like, you can't stop it. Yeah, he do. You
want to know what's crazy? Tom Aspinall's never been to a third round.
Yeah.
So, yes. John's going to say, oh, you ain't never been to a third round? I do 5 rounds in my sleep. He's going to chill.
5 rounds, like he was still goddamn in high school.
John just got to move around and stay alive for 2 rounds, and we're going to see a different Tom.
Yeah.
Because that's what happens every time this situation happens. John just got to not get finished in that first round and a half, and he's going to start taking Tom down. He's going to start ground and pound from John. Woo.
And he don't.
My God,
and that's the thing. He don't sit there and like Belil Muhammad. Oh, I'm gonna sit in your guard. I'm gonna throw a few punches. Nah, that John be throwing them dumb. He be throwing them. Man, you saw what he did to Gus? That boy said, Gus was like, oh, he's probably gonna choke me out. Jon Jones said, nah, big fella, he about to get hit with these hooks.
Bro, I still think the ground and pound he put on DC in that second fight is some of the most vicious ground and pound I have ever seen.
Yeah.
That was scary.
Yeah.
After he dropped him and he started laying down those disgusting punches, bro, I was like, bro, he took 1 year off your life, 2 years off your life.
Oh, man. So, y'all let us know down below in the comment section, man. Who y'all got? Tom Aspinall, Jon Jones. Who's right? Should John be fighting Tom next? Y'all let us know down below in the comment section, but it has been Combat Corner, and we will see y'all next time.